AI this, AI that. Everyone is talking about AI, but how do you actually cash in? Let me show you how I cashed in and how you can do the same. We scaled to 145K a month, and it wasn't from selling AI agents, AI dropshipping, or any of that BS. It's from an AI lead generation agency where you generate leads for high ticket businesses and you use AI to do the service delivery for you. So today I'm going to break down the difference between the old way of running an agency versus the new way with AI, a breakdown of how it all works, and a demo of how we use AI today. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, let's dive in to the old way of running an agency versus the new way of running an agency with AI, because it's a lot different of how it used to be and how you used to make money with an agency versus today's new age of AI and how you make money with an agency using AI. So let's dive into that. So the old way of running an agency, you'd have to do everything yourself, from copywriting to actually creating out the videos to actually learning everything manually. And it would take you a lot longer to learn all of this and master all of it without the power of AI. So literally it would take you like a year or two to actually like fully grasp and master the art of copywriting for ads and like everything like that. So it would take you a lot longer to actually learn how to run a successful agency. But with the power of AI, you can learn in a matter of a month or even just like 1 month with all the power of AI. If you like sit down and actually just learn everything about your niche and how to actually run ads, you can use everything with AI. And it used to be so hard to crack service delivery because of this. It would take so much longer to actually write good copy. But now with the power of AI, you can test a lot more. You can do all that with the power of AI. So literally it just becomes a whole new ball game in terms of actually being able to deliver a good service for your clients, because that used to be like the hardest part of it all. But now with AI and all the tools and like software that you can use now, you can easily streamline your service delivery and have it do everything for you. So the new way of running an agency is have AI do all the heavy lifting for you. And it literally takes care of the hardest part of running an agency, which is service delivery. And why so many people do not continue with their agencies, because it's so hard to actually provide a good service for your clients. And with AI, you can literally become an expert copywriter within that first month, because of if you just feed it really good data. And I'm going to walk through a breakdown of how this all works in this video today. But it makes it a lot easier to actually get great results for your clients and actually provide a good service for your clients. And that is the whole power of AI. It's literally changing the game, because for example, we run YouTube ads and I literally haven't written a script for our YouTube ads. AI does literally everything from script writing to actually helping create out the videos. And I'll show you that all today, because it's literally so powerful, because it literally beat out me in copywriting for YouTube and allowed us to crack YouTube ads in a matter of months, rather than having like it take a year or two to actually crack it and beat out our other competitors. So that is what AI can do for you in running an agency, and it allows you to make a lot more money a lot faster than the old way of running an agency. So let's dive into the breakdown and how it all actually works. So the first and most important part of the aspect of running an AI agency and actually being successful with it is actually picking a great niche and market. And what I think is the most important is picking a high ticket niche, because this will allow you to make the most money possible, because your clients already make a lot of money per each client that you get them. So the niche and market, I think, is a lot more valuable than whatever offer you are running for your clients. And some great examples of some high ticket niches are anything within like home service, so like roofing, solar, like home remodeling, kitchen remodeling. Any of those are really good niches to do lead generation for. You can also do something like legal. You can do IVF and fertility clinics. You can do wealth management, and the list goes on. You can do like dentists, because I think dentists are like high ticket. You can just really drill down into a really high ticket niche, and this will allow you to succeed a lot easier, because it'll be a lot easier for you to sign on clients without having to beg for like $500 a month retainers. You can do like different offers with like bigger clients, like percentage of ad spend, pay per lead, and really make the most money possible. So the first and most important step is niche. So I have a lot of videos breaking down like how to pick a high ticket niche. So definitely give those a watch on my channel if you're having trouble selecting a high ticket niche. But yeah, these are some really good examples right here for your niche. So let's now move into step 2. Step 2 is actually picking a platform to run the ads on. And it's so critical to pick one platform and master that platform. And here are the different options you can choose from. You can choose from Meta, YouTube or Google, and TikTok. And I think if you're having trouble deciding on one in the beginning, I would just go with Meta because it's the easiest to learn. You can do image ads and video ads on it, and it's a lot easier to learn because their AI and algorithm is so advanced. It'll do all the heavy lifting for you. And second option is YouTube or Google because we are cracking a lot on YouTube right now. And YouTube is a really close second to Meta, but I still think Meta is our bread and butter as it is probably the best platform to get the lowest cost per acquisition on. But I think the top two are definitely Meta and YouTube. And then TikTok can be used for like supplemental, but you can still get really good results on TikTok especially. So they're all really good. And the biggest thing is you just have to pick one in the beginning and master that platform. And then after that, mastering other platforms becomes a lot easier. So that is the second step. Now let's move into where the magic happens, and that is AI. So you use AI for service delivery, and this makes your life so much easier and allows you to get much better results for your clients than in the past when you'd have to do everything for yourself. So here are the 3 ways we use AI in our agency today to make the most money possible. And step 1 is Claude for copywriting. And at the end of this, I'll go through a demo of how we actually do all of this. So that is at the end of the video. But we use Claude for copywriting, and Claude I think is better than ChatGPT for copywriting, but you can use both and experiment which one works best for you. But Claude has allowed us to spend millions on ads just with the power of AI. So Claude for copywriting. So we do all of our copywriting from Claude. And then we use 11 Labs for voiceovers. And that will allow us to get those really good voiceovers you see all across social media. And that's a really powerful tool. And I think like 80% of our ads right now are those AI voiceover ads. So they are really powerful and they are working really well right now, no matter what niche you're in. And then if you want AI UGC characters, what you would want to do is use ArcAds or CapCut for like the AI UGC characters. And then also VEO3 on Google's new platform is getting really good, and we're still experimenting with it. But I think the lip sync and the AI characters on that are a lot better, and they look a lot more real, and they sound a lot more real on that. So we're experimenting with that right now. And once I crack that, I'll have a video on that as well. But that is literally how you can use AI for service delivery and get a lot better results than your competition, and actually like streamline the whole process of learning everything a lot faster than the old way of running an agency. And the last step is actually generating the leads. So what you want to do is generate and qualify the leads. So you have to qualify the leads if you want to get good results for your clients. And the best way to do that is using a landing page with a qualification quiz. So there'll be like 3 to 7 questions on the qualification quiz, and then you automatically disqualify the leads if they are not qualified, and then only send the qualified leads to your clients. And this part doesn't really use AI, but it uses a lot of automations, and you use automations to send immediate notifications to your client, like once a lead comes in. And this works so well because it'll immediately notify them so they can contact the leads much faster and close them a lot faster. And it will also help with like different tracking and everything like that in terms of like automation, so you can have proper tracking across the whole platform. But that is a breakdown of how it all works. So now let's dive into a demo of how we actually use AI today for the copywriting and actually voiceovers. So let's dive into that. All right, let's dive into how we actually use AI in our agency. And I'm so excited to share this with you because the power of it is so crazy. And I know I've said like the power of AI, but literally it has so much power, and that will allow you to make so much more money a lot quicker. So let's dive into how we actually use it. So the first part is you'll want to develop a list of winning hooks and winning scripts for your niche. And if you already have a lot of winning hooks and scripts from your niche, like from yourself, you can go ahead and input that into like this document. But if you're brand new and just getting started, a good way to do this is go over to Meta Ads Library. And what you want to do is search up your niche and look for ads that have been running for a while. And what you'll want to go ahead and do is copy the ad link for the specific ad and go over and download it on a website like Publer. And then it'll automatically allow you to download that video from Ad Library. And then what you want to do is descript it using a software like Descript. And both of these are both free, so it'll allow you to do that easily. And then once you get that script, you'll want to like gather the hook from it and put it into like the winning hook, and then also put the script down here for this. And then what you want to do this is have many different ads, like up to like 20 different ads. Like I'll do more than 20 different ads, so you can feed the AI a lot of data. So that is the first part, is gathering a list of winning hooks and scripts. All right, so once you have your winning hooks and winning scripts, what you'll want to go ahead and do is copy them right here. So you'll copy them right here, and then you'll head over to Claude. And what you'll want to do first is generate a list of 10 new and unique hooks based on the hooks and scripts that you gave it. So that's the first part of this whole process. make sure they are new and unique, as these aren't my original scripts and hooks. And you'll want to make sure to have that part in there so they don't just copy them directly. And especially if they are not your original scripts, you want to make sure that they're new and unique so you don't just copy other people's ads and hooks right there. And then what you want to go ahead and do is go ahead and paste all that data into there, and it'll give you a list of 10 new hooks, and then we'll be ready for step 2. And the biggest thing that you'll have to do, like after this as well, is make sure they're all compliant, because I'm not really in the solar niche, so I don't know 100% about compliance. So I don't really know if the government will cover the whole cost. So you'll have to double check that on your own and make sure your compliance and everything for the ads is good. So you'll have to double check compliance for your niche and make sure everything's good on that part. But let's go ahead and look at these. And I don't really like any of these. So what you can do next is literally tell it to give you more. So you can say like, I don't love these hooks. Can you give me a new batch? All right, so I like this one right here. So here's why your wealthy neighbor's electric bills are $0 while yours keep climbing. So what we'll go ahead and do is grab this winning hook and say, can you create me a winning ad script for this hook? Use the winning ad script formula from the scripts I provided you. So you'll feed it the hook that you want to generate a script for, and it'll give you a script based on the winning formula you provided for it. And this is why it's so critical to feed the AI with a lot of data so it knows how to write good copy. So let's see what it gives us. Obviously for this example, I only did like 3 scripts, so it won't be 100% dialed yet, but let's go ahead and see what it gives us. So let's check this out. So here's why your wealthy neighbor's electric bills are $0 while yours keep climbing. I was confused too when my neighbor Jim showed me his electric bill last month. It was literally $0 while mine was $180 and kept getting higher every month. That's solid because it has a pain point of the homeowner, like their electric bills keep rising. So it taps into the fear of an electric bill keep rising. So that is solid right there. And then turns out Jim qualified for the new XYZ program. So you want to make sure that like the program and everything's right in this. But so it's covering 100% of solar installations for qualified homeowners. So let's go ahead and assume this is compliant, even though it might not 100% be compliant. So you have to double check that on your own. But this is a pretty solid script in terms of copywriting and everything right now. So what you want to do is like once you have the final script in which you want to use for your ad, you want to go ahead and copy this. And then you want to go ahead and paste it into 11 Labs. This is where we get our voiceovers for our ads, which comprises up of around like 80% of our ads because they're working so well right now. So what you want to go ahead and do is paste that into 11 Labs, and you can play around with the different voices, but a good one is Adam's voice, like Lamar's voice, some different ones like that. And they have a whole library of different voices you can choose from. You can mess with the settings right here to make it faster, slower, anything like that. And then you can really play around with it and make sure it's like 100% perfect in the way that you want it to be. But if you go ahead and click generate speech, it'll actually generate the ad for you right here.
Here's why your wealthy neighbor's electric bills are $0 while yours keeps climbing. I was confused too when my neighbor Jim showed me his electric bill last month. It was literally $0. Meanwhile, mine was $180 and getting higher every month.
So you can see the power of it. It gave a really good AI voiceover in which you can go ahead and download. And then what you want to do next after that is go ahead and put that into CapCut, and you'll have the voiceover as the audio of it. And then you want to take different B-roll from like TikTok, Instagram, Storyblocks, like Canva, any of those, and put B-roll in the video and make sure it aligns with what the audio is doing right there. And then you want to generate auto captions on it and make it look really clean, and then add some background music to it, and then you'll be set to like start testing those ads. And then this is just an iterative process of how we use AI and test so much, and then you can keep refining your AI and make sure it's like 100% there to where it gets to a point of like actually producing better copy than you. And this is literally how we make so much money, is because we use AI to test so much on a daily basis, opposed to if we didn't have it, we wouldn't be able to test as much. So I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, drop a like, comment, subscribe, And if you want to work with me one-on-one for direct help in terms of scaling your agency, book a call below. But that's all I had for you guys today. So get to work and peace.